James Norkawich, and we have a lot of music that we got to talk to you about that's been on Spotify. He's got a lot of videos, excellent Christmas music. He's got some classical music. So, James, tell us about what's going on with you since the last time we chatted.
Hey Chris, well, it's been a very busy year, and I decided to unleash the beast, so to speak, and put out all my original and cover material, whether it be jazz, whether it be pop, and be a classical crossover, meaning classical music and jazz, classical music and R&B, classical music and pop. Rebrand it and take the best of certain artists, certain groups, put them together, and restructure them in a way for the listening audience to hear and enjoy. And with this Christmas, I mean, this Christmas album is probably 6, 7 years in the making. Goes back goes back 6, 7 years, but there is a lot of new cover material. Covers everything from classical crossover to classical to jazz, which is where my formal training is, and a lot of originals. We want to make new memories. It's 2022. We've been through a lot of stuff, and we want to throw a lot of new material out there so we can create those new Christmas songs, make those new memories, not only in where we live, but also worldwide. And the reception to the first album has been absolutely astounding. That there was material left over, so decided to make an adjunct album to that. And then after that, I'm like, I did leave one thing out, which was the country genre, and there is one country song. So I feel that we have the whole gamut of everything covered for everyone to listen to and enjoy, and to listen on, distribute through not only your podcast, but Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, Amazon Music. It's all out there. It's on YouTube, and hopefully you'll be able to like it, enjoy it, follow it, put it on your Christmas playlist while you're decorating the tree, or simply wrapping gifts. And it gives you something new and exciting to listen to, because all the stuff that we grew up on is great. Don't get me wrong. But their music is very stagnant, and we're finding ourselves getting caught in that trap. So, as a writer, producer, arranger, and as an instrumentalist, I wanted to just turn around and make something that is all my own. No one else owns it but me. No one else is on it, but me. And it shows who I am as an artist, as well as all the other hats that I wear.
Now, James,
Well,
I was listening to Carol of the Bells, the Freedom Mix, 1 million streams. I don't believe it. Tell us about that one.
well, as you know, earlier this year, I had the utmost privilege of working with Ellen Williams, and and getting the song "Hallelujah" to create awareness, and an organization that feeds the people of Ukraine at that particular time. As whole part of this whole thing was to redirect them, to the site where they can donate, and that seemed to be very productive. So when it came to Carol of the Bells, I wanted to show that same hope, show the same premise, that we hope the war is coming over, and getting over the hump. And I wanted to do Carol of the Bells in a way that hadn't been done before, and spoke the way Hallelujah did. So again, that was my own instrumental classical crossover way of infusing, a lot of jazz elements as well as classical elements, and based on various composers. And it just there. I have to mention there's a gentleman by the name James Vasquez. He's from Connecticut, here in the States. He's a soldier, and he's now, I believe, a permanent resident of Ukraine. And of course, when Hallelujah came out, he was the one to share it with the people of our soldiers, and soldiers from every country that was over there. And now he's able to share the same carol of the bells and try to bring some happiness and hope, through Christmas music in these crazy times that we live in.
That's amazing. James Last, I know about him. He's been around for a while. I remember him, and that's he's got some really good stuff out there. Can you explain what A Christmas Kiss came to be?
A Christmas Kiss is, as you know, Christmas is what the true meaning of Christmas is about. Is not everyone shares the same, you know, ideals on it. However, it's kind of a story of someone looking to find something for that person that they love, but all they have is the love that they share to give that person for Christmas. And that was really what that story tells. And it tells it in a nice, fun, and whimsical way. So,
Yeah, so beautiful, so music. Yeah, I love the fact that you call it a Connecticut Christmas, of course, because that's where you currently reside. Um, Christmas time is here. Am I think that's a great song. Why did you choose Christmas time as the year? Are you a big Peanuts fan?
always been a big Peanuts fan, and not to mention, I mean, as you see, this whole tree was put up Thanksgiving Day. So, as we're cooking the turkeys in the oven, literally by the time the turkey was done, so was the tree and all the inside and outside decorations. And it brings it back to the youthful times that you remember, when growing up, just the innocence gets lost as we get older because, when you're young, you're looking forward to Santa Claus. You're looking forward to decorating and putting Christmas gifts underneath the tree. As we get older, we get so stuck in our political ways and the logistics of what is this person doing, what is that person doing, and we lose the true meaning of Christmas. Everything becomes mean spirited. That being said, by putting something out there that's positive, that brings you back to your childhood, you're going to rekindle these memories and be able to share these with your kids and your friends and your family for many years to come.
I know Charlie Brown Christmas is my favorite all-time Christmas movie because I love the skating and also the way they're dancing like this. Stuff like that. It's kind of funny. But really love your version of Silent Night. I gotta hand it to you, James. That was quite a beautiful version.
Well,
And
that's
everyone, um, all his Christmas songs will be linked down below as well. Where are you, Christmas? Wow, Faith Hill tune.
that one. I'm sorry, that one was an actual last edit because I I was going through the battery of songs. Now, not everybody's going to know the traditional, or not everybody is going to feel comfortable with a traditional mix. So you want to kind of, I want to say, make everyone happy by giving them a good palette to kind of eat off of musically. So when it came to that, um, I had to I Where Are You Christmas was something that was somewhat newly relevant, and I think in only the last 20 years. Um, and I hope that my material becomes the new music that's kind of a staple that for the next couple of years, or 10 years to come, or 20 years to come. Again, because the industry and just everything in general isn't going. It's staying stagnant, and is just being a writer and just being a pianist. We got to do something to kind of change it. So that's why it should be able to pull everybody in and really excite you. That's why. So the first album is Connecticut Christmas. The second one, which is about 7 tracks, is called Christmas by the Seaside, which kind of has more of an R&B element to it. So you had a good appetite for some of the backside ballads that we're going for, and then of course the country single that's on there. And you can never have too much Christmas music, but a Connecticut Christmas, again, as born and raised here, and it's my home, and my fondest memories are those songs and those those memories that are tied to those songs. So you know, it didn't take much to go, hey, this is what I need to put out, and this is what I need to say. But again, and you have 19 tracks on one song on one album. You go, oh my god, this is crazy, But each song tells a different story, and through the first song through the last, it's going to bring you through a whole bunch of emotions, and I hope everyone enjoys it.
I totally agree, James. I really appreciate rocking around the Christmas tree. I didn't know you were such a Brenda Lee fan.
Oh my god. And I try to do it in a style of where Brenda Lee meets Jerry Lee Lewis, which is again is a crossover, that crossover mentality. It's just infusing all these different styles and putting something different together. And we all know the original version, but let's kind of rock out around the Christmas tree to a new version.
I'm coming home for Christmas. So, James, how long did it take you to put this album together?
Like I said, probably 7 years, because it was one of those things that I kept saying, I'm going to get around to it, and I'm going to put this together and that together. And over the years, various, the timing wasn't right, or this was going on. And, I finally, within the last year and a half, decided, here's what I'm going to do. Here's how I want to institute the things that I have and the things that I don't have. And I'll put them all together, wrap them up in a little package, and put them right in the Christmas tree.
Beautiful. So, can you explain where Another Christmas with You Gone single? What's that one all about?
Well, my dad, as you know, my dad passed last January, and of course, probably all of 2021 was a blur to me, and that's really where a lot of the influence of when you don't have the ones that you love, or your folks or whoever it might be around you, especially at this time of the year. It really was a catalyst to go, I really need to get this out there. And I'm very, very proud of what's been done, and just sending that message and giving comfort to people who are in the same boat. And we've all experienced similar situations, emotions, and we're all human, and we all make mistakes. And those originals really kind of tell the story of what would things be like, if you were here. And they tug at the heartstrings, and and I know my folks are watching down. So with this music, it I guess you would say it helps their memory live on.
I totally agree, James. I love all 19 songs. It's actually an hour and 7 minutes long, and it's actually enjoyable listening to all these different Christmas songs. And some of them we remember from our childhood, others are fresh. It's actually pretty good. Ooh, look at this, everyone. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. How many of you out there want a white Christmas?
Yeah, I I love it until it comes down, and then you got to take the snow blower out, and then But it's yeah, we don't want to get into it with global warming, but seriously, I mean, it just adds to that ambiance and adds to the music and adds to the overall feeling of what Christmas is. Um, if you've ever seen the movie A Christmas in Connecticut or White Christmas, you know, those songs and those memories, and again, talking about the red truck. Red truck is one of my dad's favorite things. And it ties into Christmas, or you got cardinals that tie into Christmas. Well, these are all things that bring you back to that time where they're the innocence of 30s, 40s, 50s, and when we don't have what we're going on in the world today. And and that's also what Christmas is about, where we need to step back, and we need to enjoy and surround ourselves with the ones we love, and rather than surround ourselves and fighting for what we can get on sale, and just everybody being in a rush. Let's slow down. Let's take a time to listen to each other.
I got a quite celebration with my family. I'm over at my brother's place, which is about an hour from here in the town, in the country. Can't wait to meet with them this Christmas. So that's great. Yeah. James, where did you get the photo from? Is that something you took, or did you get that from a public domain?
That I had gotten from a public domain, and I actually had made it my screensaver a couple years ago. And I remember, so Christmas memory. I remember my dad and I, was looking for something to put on my phone that like the red truck. And back then, a couple years ago, the red truck wasn't a popular thing, And then I just remember I found it, and my dad said, "You nailed it," and that would, and now the red truck has become something that I enjoy, and of course it's also on a T-shirt too. So, so the red truck has a lot of significance, and again, it brings you back to that softer, sweeter time, and how my grandparents, my parents, when the world seemed easier, everybody goes, well, the world seemed easier, and the world wasn't easier, but it's, music always tells the story. And like I always say, it's the soundtrack of our lives. And if we can tell our story and share our story with others, I think this world would be a better place.
I totally agree, James. And we are so thrilled that we had a chance to talk to you again and to promote your music. And everyone, A Connecticut Christmas is out now. His single, Another Christmas with You Gone, is a sad, sad song. And also, Christmas by the Seaside is another album just released this year.
I had the privilege of working with multi-platinum, Grammy-nominated recording artist Michelle Brooks-Thompson, and her and I have become great friends and great musical partners. And we decided after a long period of time to put out what the true meaning of Christmas, which is the birth of Christ, is to put out a version of O Holy Night. And my goal is to create a composition behind her beautiful, melodic, structured voice, and to give it a nice, soulful element by also keeping the tradition of the actual song. So for me, I would say it's my first R&B classical crossover song, and she delivers it in a way that you've never heard it done before. That just recently came out on the 28th of November, So you've got a pretty good palette to put everything in your playlist, and whether you have family over, you're putting things by the tree, you're driving in your car. I'm really sure that you're going to be happy with everything that you hear, and I, as well as Michelle, and as well as everyone that has been part of these songs, these tracks, in any way, in any facet, we thank you, and we hope that you and yours have a safe, happy, and blessed Christmas season and a great New Year.